Welcome your Orlando Solar Bears!
Welcome back to TSN Hockey Analytics here on TSN 1050 Toronto, TSN 1200 Ottawa. Catch us on iTunes as well. You can subscribe and rate us there. Give us a follow on Twitter at TSN Analytics, myself at AndyMC81. Very excited to have our returning guest to the show, head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs ECHL affiliate, the Orlando Solar Bears, president of StatsTrack, and former Maple Leafs first-round pick, Drake Berehowsky, on the line. Drake, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me on again.
Oh, no problem. Our pleasure. First off, congratulations on becoming the head coach of the Orlando Solar Bears. How's it feel to be back behind the bench as coach?
You know, it's great. I started out with the franchise here, and the league has gotten so much better in the time that I've been away, and I've got a great group of guys that are really working hard, and hopefully we can win some more games.
So when you're now back in the head coach position, what message do you bring to the Solar Bears? What do you preach? And how would you describe your coaching style, I guess?
Well, I think I'm a pretty simple coach. I don't want to complicate the game, and that's what's great about the numbers. It proves that the simplicity of the game is still there, and it works. You don't have to complicate things. And when you're tracking things like zone time or turnovers or entries, now I can actually track it and have proof. And it's just not me talking, but the players are actually listening because the numbers are in front of them. And as you know, numbers don't lie.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. So this is something, I guess, that can really help hammer your point home as a coach, because it's not just, hey, you got to hustle more. It's well, look at these numbers. This is actually what you're doing, and this is how you can get better. So you do find that does force the players to, I guess, listen to you more, right?
Oh, it's wonderful to have the numbers in front of you. We go in at the end of every period, and we want to hit certain benchmarks, and now I can measure that, and you can see the trend that when we win, we hit these certain goals, and the players are anxious to hear it too. They want to see how they're doing and where they can improve. All the players always want to improve. They always want to get better. So if you can help them by showing them numbers and have them buy in, it makes my job easier as a coach.
So do you find that period adjustments, like during the break, that this gives you an advantage, being able to have these numbers, being able to go over specifics with your players? Hey, we have 20 shots, but too many are from the perimeter. We have to go, or whatever it might be. Do you find this gives you an advantage in the break adjustments going out for that next period?
100%, and that's the beauty of StatsTrack is that, it's live. It's up to the minute. It's in real time. So when I go in, I can see adjustments that we have to make. I can see who our best face-offs guys are. I can go to guys and say, the wingers aren't jumping in to help out. We've got to be better. We've got to help the centerman out on draws. Or I can say to the centerman, we've got to be better. You guys are losing too many. So there's so many things we use the tool for that the players want that feedback. They want to get better. And, it's interesting because players, in all honesty and truth, they want to get better. So Any kind of feedback you can give them always helps.
In conversation with Drake Berehowsky on Twitter at Drake Berehowsky, president of StatsTrack. You can get them on Twitter at StatsTrack, and head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs ECHL affiliate, the Orlando Solar Bears, and of course former Maple Leafs first-round pick. So Drake, you mentioned StatsTrack, of course. They're president of StatsTrack. I want to get a little bit more into the player side of it, but for those who haven't heard of it or don't know that much, can you tell us a little bit about what StatsTrack is?
Well, it's an iPad-based tool that keeps track of analytics in real time. It allows you to form trends all by a push of a button. A lot of people do it on pieces of paper and then add it into spreadsheets. Well, ours doesn't need that. We do it all. We measure all the stats by swipes of the fingers on the iPad. We divided up the zones into so many zones so you can see where everything's happening, whether you're having shots from the house or just outside shots like you were talking about before, where all your turnovers are coming from, the danger areas. And it's all done by swipe of your finger on the iPad. and it's all then you can formulate your own opinion on what you need to improve on, what you don't need to improve on. You can prepare your practice plans according to the numbers that it shows. So it's a tool that measures players and team performances, and helps players and coaches improve their game or improve their game plan to help improve the team performance and player performance.
So, Drake, what we've seen before, like a few years back, of course, is and up till very recently, is the analytics data might be there, but it's more for a tool afterwards or big picture, or okay, the next day in practice, you're looking over these numbers where things happen. With yours, it fascinates me, and going back to last year, hearing about it, that you can see all this live. Like you can make, like it just astounds me how much of an advantage this can be, because you can make those adjustments instantaneously behind the bench in the locker room. You don't have to wait and learn later. You can do it immediately and on the go. Like, I can only imagine how much of a benefit that can be.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's done in real time, so that's the big advantage we have. And it's funny, everybody talks about video. Well, I think the analytics are going to become even more popular. It's going to be your first tool that you turn to, because you sometimes you come in and you're saying, okay, what are we doing wrong? What do we need to do better? And if you look at the numbers, you can see, okay, we're not getting enough shots from the house, so you can go right to your video on those parts of your game. So I think the numbers, like I said, they never lie. If you have them in real time, this allows you to go and watch what you need to in video, and that way you only have the 15 minutes in between periods. It allows you to utilize your time that much more effectively.
So, as we mentioned, the Orlando Solar Bears are part of the Maple Leafs organization, the ECHL affiliate. Have you seen any trickle down as far as the message or style of play that the Maple Leafs organization wants the Solar Bears to play, as it has come down to the Marlies from the big club?
No, we're I've had numerous conversations with Kyle Dubas, and he's been great. He just wants his players to keep improving and getting better, and we really haven't sat down. I haven't had a chance to sit down and go over their systems. I'm bringing in a simple system that, we get pucks in deep. We play out the cycle. We've got some pretty skilled forwards that have pretty good speed, and we want to be physical and go to the hard areas. As you know, 90 or 93% of goals are scored from the paint, and players have to learn to get there, and it hurts. You're going to get bumps and bruises, but you get rewarded for going there, and you got to put pucks there. So that's the kind of the style of hockey we want to play.
Drake, we spoke with Dallas Aikens earlier in the year, near the start of the season. He's now the head coach of the San Diego Gulls in the AHL, and he was saying that he finds it tougher to find analytics numbers in the AHL. How accessible are you finding the advanced metrics in the ECHL if you need to go outside of StatsTrack?
Well, it's tough, but we keep them all on StatsTrack. Someone's following, because I am the president of the company.
Yes.
Someone's following every game. So really, I look at all that. They have stats in the rink that they keep, but everything that I need, we can follow on StatsTrack. Like I said, one person tracks it. You don't need 5 people, and it's been a great tool. Like I said, I take all the stats that I get, and we try and use it all to increase or help the players improve.
That's awesome, Drake. It continues to fascinate me how amazing that this system and this app and all that is for the game. Continued success, my friend, and we hope to talk to you again real soon.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
That was Drake Berehowsky, head coach of the ECHL affiliate for the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Orlando Solar Bears, president of StatsTrack, and former Toronto Maple Leafs first-round pick.